I'm so honored to be nominated for this category, and the information or the news came to me as a pleasant surprise. So one of the values I think that I hold that probably puts me in this space or for this award is the value of tenacity. I do not stop at anything until I get what it is that I want. So one of the things that I love to do, especially in the space of STEM, is because there are many impediments, even for people in minority groups or people who are probably, black and all of that. We usually would encounter a lot of hurdles. So I usually would want to work and partner with people so that we're able to go and reach the aim that we are looking for. So one of the things that I think I hold here that probably puts me in this space is tenacity. And aside from that, I research in, for humans and do technology for just public use. So one of the things that I think also added to this was how I'm able to bring humans along, put humans in the space of technology. And so it's what I'll say about the values I have as the value of tenacity and partnering with people, and also just researching technology in the service of public needs. Right, I'm going to say this was probably from childhood out of curiosity, but also accidental. I grew up being called doctor by my dad because I loved science, and when it was time for me to enter into the university, I couldn't get into medical school that year. It was so competitive. I didn't also get into my second choice program, which was pharmacy, and I landed in the computer science class. It took a lot of finding out people in the role, what they do, and the diversity in the role for me to settle into computer science fully. So my background is actually in computer science, and I grew over the years to love also information technology because of how it puts humans at the center of the work that we do. Now, my focus for my PhD is in privacy. And think about everything that's happening around the world right now with emerging technologies. We have come to the part of our lives where you either evolve with the times or you're left behind. And so for me, looking at privacy is a way for me to have humans believe and trust in technology as a way to help us to do the work we do efficiently and not essentially take over the jobs that we think we have, and also to make sure that we are building effectively for even future generations after us. So one of the motivation for me was just to have technology fuel or catalyze change and also foster development. Right, I would love to work in the long run in a tech policy role, and what this looks like is working on a team looking at issues around technology. Think about how we envision technology for the future and what it says that technology would look like. Usually, technology fast outpaces regulation and policy, and so we find ourselves asking the questions, are these right for humans? I want to work in a tech policy team to be able to vet what is and what can be, or what ought to be, so that we are building technologies that really serve humans and do not in the long run harm us. So my aim in the future is to work in privacy and trust and safety to continue having humans and computers and technologies work together. That is what I envision in the long term. One of the things I've learned as an adult outside of the classroom is the power of community. In the past, I have worked in communities relating to technology, to women empowerment and digital inclusion, and also others in internet governance. What this has done for me is allowed me to be positioned in front of opportunities, and also allowed me to make global connections that enable me to work on global issues around technology. And so it is one of the things that I tell people who are beginning in their journey. You'd want to be in a community to tap into the expertise that is there, and also to make these connections because somebody would vouch for you for a job or probably even recommend you for something. I'm a staunch believer in communities and open spaces because of how it allows us to experience diversity in so many facets and also to put our competencies to bear. When I started my journey, one of the people that spoke to me a lot and encouraged me to continue was my dad. So think about men supporting women, think about male allies and all of that. My dad made sure that we were not, marginal, and we are not in a group where we thought that we couldn't do what it is that we wanted to do, or we're not sidelined for any reason. Usually he would encourage us to do everything our brothers did, and also to encourage us to even be creative. And when I was growing and I couldn't get into medical school, he made sure that I had an example of somebody who had surmounted so many issues in their life. An example of the person he gave me was Regina Honu. This is a female technologist in Ghana who had just left school and started a job in banking, but left the job job to teach girls how to code in slum areas in Ghana. I thought that was inspirational, and so it made me even more happy to pursue a career in technology, to see that people were learning technology for, for their daily activities to better them, or even for their long-term jobs. And so one of the people that I see played an influential role in me getting to stay in technology and work in this space was Regina Honu. Now, along the way, I've met other people who have poured into this journey and made me all-rounded. And one of them is my advisor here at UC. She is Dr. Jess Kropczynski. Her research area and policy and what she does for me as an advisor really pushes me forward to just pursue what I want to do in tech policy, and also just expose me to opportunities in the space that allow me to learn hands-on what it is that has been taught also in class. Aside from all of these, there's also Dr. Gaskins, who through her inspirational work allows us to advocate for things that we are passionate about, for making sure that we leave no one behind, for making sure that we have resources available for even historically underserved communities.